Welcome everyone. We have the Super 7 Ultimates, Kull the Conqueror, and Conan the Barbarian. These are comic book inspired. I think these are Marvel. I don't know. I think these are Marvel inspired. I can't remember all the different publications that these went through, but nevertheless, these are unique from the other 200 Conan figures that are out right now. There was another comic, Conan, years back that we'll compare it to, so we'll check that out. So they come in these little plastic bags, as all the Super 7 stuff does. And they have some very nice comic style coloring. You got this bright red for Kull. You got this kind of a light blue for Conan. Tons of accessories. Nice comic book art on the bottom. The sides do have comic book art on them, which is pretty cool. There is the UPC if you want to see that. And then here is the back. So here is Kull. And here is Conan. These look really good. All right, so let's get these out of the box. This is what Kull looks like inside. So he's got 2 sets of extra hands. He's got a battle axe, sword, scabbard, separate head, a crown, and he's got this crazy tiger background. It's kind of cool. Conan has kind of a similar accessory account. He's got 2 extra sets of hands, axe, sword, sheath, extra head, and a necklace instead of a crown. And then he's got this really gnarly skull and flames and ghost zombie devil hands coming up. Yeah, that's really trippy. I like this. All right, and here they are out of the package, and these are some pretty beefy figures, like as far as like the body structure. We'll do some comparisons in a moment, but they're definitely giving off kind of like He-Man, like Motu Classics kind of vibes with the build of the body. They are seamless, no pinless, no pin showing, so modern articulation. Speaking of which, kind of demonstrate that real quick. This is pretty much standard Ultimates where we don't have any kind of chest fly, but we've got disc hinge, shoulders, bicep swivel, single elbow. We've got hands that have the fixed joint, and it looks like all these kind of go sideways. They've got a really deep cut for the abdomen, so you can get some really good poses. For some reason, Conan is not going forward very much. He's going backward quite a bit. The hips are disc hinge with a separate thigh swivel over, like an overlay over the leg joint. Single knee, and then a pretty decent up and down on the foot, and side swivel. So these are not going to do like Spider-Man poses, but they're pretty articulated for, like a warrior figure. So you're going to get some decent poses out of them. As far as look, Conan definitely has kind of like a dirtier look, like he's darker versus Kull. Kull is a lot more ornamental, almost even to the point of looking a little bit like technical. Like he could definitely fit into like Masters of the Universe. You wouldn't be able to tell that this wasn't some kind of energy harness or something like that. So very very cool designs and different designs for both of them. You see all that, and then he's got these sandal wrap top style footwear going on. The head sculpts are pretty different on both, so you kind of get this weird windswept blah, 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 windswept, sculpt with a default head and kind of a snarl, and then you get a more relaxed head and with these really big eyes. And then with Conan, it's kind of the opposite. You get more of a sullen face in the package, and you get kind of this angry face with a little bit of hair kind of moving to the right here, just barely noticeable. Both come with fists, and then you have a set of splayed hands for both, or relax, however you want to call it, and then weapon holding fists, which is going to be important with all the accessories they have. Cole is, a king. He's got a pretty large crown that is going to get around his very poofy hair. It's a little bit on the ridiculous side, so let's try the other head and see if it looks any better. Maybe a little bit, but it's definitely designed to kind of stretch and get around the head here. And then he's got a sheath, and he's got a hole on his belt to place that sheath, and it's not a ball joint, but it's kind of like a flared mushroom peg. So you can just kind of work it in, and it goes on pretty easily. And there's his sword. Again, looking very Masters of the Universe like. Yeah, he's got this ridiculous big sword. And then he's got a almost as ridiculous large battle axe. These hands will be stiff out of the package, so be mindful of that. Should probably warm this up first, but I'm just going to try to get it on in. And that works pretty good. So there he is with that look. Take his sword and put it in the other hand. Very action figure-y. Like, I know this is going for like a comic look, but definitely getting like classic action figure vibes from it. Okay, so Conan, we kind of talked about the heads already. He's got a necklace, which is going to help kind of complete that barbarian look for him. He does have an alternate belt for his scabbard. And so you will end up putting the belt kind of high up. At least this is how they showed it on Super7.com, but there's a couple ways to deal with this. So there's two holes on the belt, and it kind of seems like At least from Super 7's pictures, that the belt's a little bit more loose, more hangy. So that's another way to do it. And then this is pretty much the same kind of mushroom peg uh, style system that that Kull's belt uses. So technically, you can take it off of here, and you can put it on the side like this. So you've got a lot of options with these guys. All right, I kind of got them decked out with weapons now to kind of see what they will look like loaded out. Obviously, put the belt on the way you want. But for the most part, these are nice. I definitely like Conan better than Kull. I don't know what it is about Kull, but I feel like his eyes are too big or his head is too big. I don't know. But I feel like Conan's the best one out of the two. And then looking at these bodies, I was kind of curious. They do seem to be the same upper body as this Conan. Like the sculpting is identical. Obviously, the forearms are different. These gauntlets are molded in, so this is not like a separate piece. And obviously, the legs are molded differently. But Kull and Conan do seem to have the same thighs. And then going all the way back, and can't I can't remember if this is Super 7 or Matty Collector, but it had that kind of He-Man style body. And the interesting thing is the chest, the abdomen, the shoulders are the same. The forearms are different, obviously. The thighs are different. The newer sculpt has much thicker thighs. I mean, not much thicker, but they are thicker. They're noticeably different. So this is probably something you'd want to display them along with. But you could easily display them with the Mattel He-Man figures. I think that they will blend in for the most part, although they've got some things about them that are kind of realistic, at least with He-Man. Uh, for some reason in my mind, I thought He-Man and Conan and said Ho-Man. All right. Conan has a wash on his belt and his loincloth. And it's nice to bring that texture out, but a lot of the other Motu characters do not have that level of wash. But then sometimes they have wash on the skin, so I think for the most part they'll fit in. They're definitely very comparable in height. Motu might be a tad bit taller, but these are not 6-inch figures either. These are kind of like 6.5, closer to 7-inch figures. So just something else to think about. So overall, I am enjoying these guys. Again, I like the Conan figure better than Kull. I do appreciate the Kull figure, but yeah, if I had to choose one or the other, it'd definitely be Conan. But Let me know what you think in the comments. If you haven't done so, please like and subscribe. And as always, tune into more videos coming up. Thank you.